forget to turn on your microphone. Yep. Good afternoon. It is 2:01, so I will call to order today's meeting of the Development Waiver Review Committee. First item on our agenda, let me stop there. I will introduce myself. My name is Ann Lippman, and I'm the Community Development Director, and I am the chairperson of this committee. To the far left is Bruce Coyle, who's the county attorney, and then we have George Jones, the Director of Transportation, and our legal counsel.
I'm the county engineer.
Yeah.
No,
Huh?
that's the county engineer down there.
Okay, sorry. What
I'm
did I
the
call
county-
him?
I'm the county attorney. No, Jason Phillips, county attorney. Bruce Coyle down there, county engineer.
County engineer.
Did I get you right, George?
So far, so good.
Okay. We'll get started. The first item on our agenda today is to review the minutes of the November 16th, 2021 meeting. If everyone's had a chance to take a look at those and there are no corrections, I will take a motion on those minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve by Mr. Coyle and a second from Mr. Jones. Are there any questions? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? There are no opposed. The minutes are carried unanimously by a vote of 3-0. Our first item on today's agenda is case number 2021-14-W. It is application by Republic Development, Glenn Johnson, requesting to reduce the lot size and waive development regulations for curb and gutter on lots 5 through 8 located in Miller's Ridge subdivision. Property is located in land lot 1071, District 19, Section 3, located at the corner of Harmony Road and Mulberry Rock Road in Post 2. Is Mr. Johnson or Republic Development present?
I am.
Okay. If you would please give us the reason for your request today and direct all of your questions or comments to me.
Okay. We're asking for a reduction in the lot size on the development for curb and gutter. The first 4 lots, I did not have to do those, and I'm trying to keep the road as aesthetically, all the houses kind of look the same. I guess that's what my vision was on it. And we would request that not to have to do any curb and gutter.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody on the board have any questions?
You've got a narrow strip in between those lots. What is that headed for?
On the backside,
On your little subdivision drawing, there's a little narrow.
I don't have that with me. Unfortunately, I don't have that.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? Unfortunately, Judd, my surveyor, went on vacation, so you'll have to deal with me. He's got an access point, if I'm not mistaken.
Sand.
Oh, excuse me, no, that's part of that lot number 4 that we've already permitted. If I'm not mistaken, that's
That's just some.
part of the soil map. I think the overlay.
Soil map.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
excuse me,
I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
Like I told you, Danny, I've got glasses, but I can't see.
And you've done soil work on the rest of them, they're gonna work? 'Cause
Yes, sir.
You had to make number 4 pretty big.
That was, yes, we had to, we designed those lots per the soil, just like the health department required.
And Harmony Road's a pretty busy road. I've, noticed there's a lot of through traffic through there. Brian Miller's not near as busy as Harmony Grove. And
We
it's got a
also made the
100-foot
lots
right of way.
larger across the front than a typical half acre, so they're a bit larger road frontage wise. And plan on putting, $300,000 or $400,000 housing in there.
Okay, thank you, sir. If you'll take a seat for a
All right.
moment.
Ms. Lippman, just a quick question. What is your lot size required to be, and what are you asking it be reduced to?
It's required if you do half acre, from what I understand, you're required to do curb and gutter. And that's what I'm asking for, reduction in lot size and not having to do curb and gutter.
Okay, so you're solely talking about if curb and gutter is eliminated, that the lot size be allowed to be reduced because of the elimination of curb and gutter?
Yeah, from what I understand, you can do a 2.5 acre lot in the county and not do any curb and gutter. The county has approved that, and also they've approved 1 acre lots. Also, they've approved 1/2 acre lots without doing those improvements over the years, and that's what I'm asking for.
Okay.
As far as drainage and runoff, you know which way your water goes? Are you gonna create problems?
I personally
for your
don't
neighbors?
envision a problem. All the natural drainage goes down to actually lot number 4. There's a county culvert there, or I think that's I don't know if it's a county or state. Harmony's a state road.
I think it was a S Road, had state money in it at one time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a county or state road, but I do know there is a significant culvert there.
None of these lots drain to the rear, they all drain to the road,
Yes, sir.
and you don't have a problem enhancing the ditch on the road, and driveway culverts for each driveway.
I don't anticipate that to be a problem. We anticipate putting slabs with no basements on those lots, so we can control the water a little bit better doing it that way.
Let me just clarify one issue. I believe the way it's worded in the development regulations, it's all streets and project access improvement shall be provided with curb and gutter except in subdivisions with lots 2 acres or larger. That's the way it's actually
Okay.
worded.
Thank you.
I thought it was 2.5 acres, I'm sorry.
And just to, our records show that this is zoned R2, and the minimum lot size requirement is 20,000 square feet, and that is not something we can vary. That's considered a minimum requirement. So, all of your lots appear to be over 20,000 square feet. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions by the board? Hold on.
One other thing, the way it's worded in the application is to not have curb and gutter and to reduce the lot sizes. So are we going to consider those both separate?
It seems to me, and I could be wrong on this, curb and gutter is one thing. But if the lot sizes are not going to drop below the minimum, which is something I don't think that this committee has the authority to vary from, that would not really be the scope of the request. It would solely be limited to the curb and gutter as long as the lot size is at least in excess of the minimum.
Yeah, I think the way we've typically done it in the past is, again, the 2 acres is part of the development regulations. It's actually not part of the zoning code.
Mhm.
It's actually,
And I'm just looking at what he's asked for here, like you indicated, Mr. Jones. He says 2 things: to not have curb and gutter and to reduce the lots to less than 2 acres. Well, when I hear less than 2 acres, is that 100 square feet? Because that's less than 2 acres. It's not specified in here what we are approving. So,
In my opinion, it is specified. You have a plat, that is the lot size.
well, you got a plat, but your request said less than 2 acres. And I'm just going based on what you've asked for.
Yeah.
And if you're saying what your plat shows is what you're requesting, I can understand that.
And once it's signed, then you can't make it any larger or smaller unless I came before the board again.
I think you're asking for the lot size to be reduced below 2 acres in order to alleviate the need for curb and gutter.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to have lot sizes that are less than 2 acres with no
Yeah.
curb and gutter.
That was the way that I was told it was supposed to be worded. That's why we went with a reduction
And we're
in
just
lot size.
clarifying. Because when 10 years goes by, and let's say you don't develop, and let's presume this was approved, I don't want somebody that wasn't a part of this process looking at the minutes here today and say, hey, lots were approved to be less than 2 acres, and they never designated what that was. And so we're just making clear what your request is. That's all.
I understand. Yes, houses, people are living in them, matter of fact, yes. 1 through 4. If you want to put some type of addendum to where those lots cannot be less than minimum, the county minimum, I'm okay with that also.
I just defer to y'all on that.
I don't believe we're looking for that at this point.
Okay, thank you, sir. You can have a seat for a
Thank
moment. This is a public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to speak on behalf of this application present? Is there anyone who would like to express opposition, have questions or concerns regarding this application? Okay. That will close the public hearing portion of this request. Is there any conversation further needed by the board?
Again, looking at the application, I believe we need to vote on it in 2 different facets. One, the
Okay.
curb and gutter, and then the second, the lot size.
Okay. Do we need to do that in a motion to take them separately?
Take them separate, just for the sake
Okay.
of clarity.
Okay. Is there any preference on the order we would like to take them?
My thought is obviously probably do the lot size.
Okay. Would anyone like to make a motion on the request to reduce the lot size for the lots in this development located, or Miller's Ridge subdivision located at the corner of Harmony Road and Mulberry Rock Road?
Motion to deny.
Okay, at this point, we have a motion made by Mr. Jones and seconded by Mr. Coyle to reduce the minimum lot size. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The request to reduce the minimum lot size is denied by a vote of 3-0. We do have another matter. The second request is to waive the development regulations requirement of curb and gutter on lots 5 through 8 located in Miller's Ridge subdivision. Would anyone like to make a motion?
I make a motion to approve, provided the lot size is a minimum of 1 acre.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the request that there be no curb and gutter, provided that the lot size is no less than 1 acre. Are there any questions? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? There are none. The motion is approved by a vote of 3-0. Our next case today is case number 2021-16-W. It is application by Danny R. Wallace requesting a waiver of PDOT regulations for a left and right turn lane for a new redevelopment project. Project is located in land lots 1178 and 1179. District 3, Section 3, located on the west side of Dallas-Ackworth Highway, north of Due West Road at 4898 Dallas-Ackworth Highway in Post 1. Is the applicant Danny R. Wallace present?
Yes.
Okay, sir, if you'd like to come up to the podium, please state your name and your request and direct all questions to me.
Okay. I'm Danny Wallace. I work with CHR Homes, Preston Cowart, who has purchased the property at 4898. A little over a year ago, I think, and we were just actually wanting to put our office in there, which is consists of a real estate office, basically, of usually him and maybe 2 to 3 girls during parts of the day. And when we pursued further into that, we found out that we had to, the property, of course, is zoned commercial, so we had to apply to try to get a permit. This issue came up as far as the turn lane, and we applied for a waiver because we we really can't afford to do that, and we don't have that much traffic coming in and out of there. So that's what I'm doing here today.
Okay. Does anybody on the board have any questions?
As part of the stipulations for the rezoning of the property, there was, one of the stipulations was to require 10 foot of permanent easement. I'm assuming that hasn't been done at this time along the frontage of Dallas-Ackworth Highway.
No. Are you, I guess, are you inquiring that we would, I'm not following exactly what you're,
It hasn't been done at this time.
right.
Okay. Would you be willing to change that to right-of-way?
For 10 feet?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you anticipate changing businesses? It's not going to turn retail and more?
No, sir. Bruce, it's just it's just a real estate office. And to be honest with you, we're off of Cedar Crest now. It's just inconvenient for for.
Would you object to us qualifying it with no more than 4 or 5 employees in real estate? We don't want to turn into a
Yeah, yeah.
contractor yard or.
It's not, yeah,
or
yeah.
Chick-fil-A or something.
No. Yeah. Now, like I said, normally he's there in the mornings between a couple times a day, and most of the girls work from home. So, but it's, yeah, that's basically it. I would not object to that at all. Absolutely not. No.
Are there any other questions? Okay. This time you can have a seat, sir. Is there anyone present who would like to speak on behalf of this application? I would like to make note for the record that the Planning and Zoning Office did receive a call from an adjacent neighbor, I believe, who had questions, and a neighbor across the street who voiced support for your request. She did not want to see the lane installed there. Is one more chance, is there anyone who'd like to speak on behalf? If not, is there anyone who would like to speak expressing opposition, questions, or concerns regarding this application? Does not appear that we have any of that. I'll give the members of the board one last chance if there are any questions. And if there are not, I believe this is just one item, and I will look for a motion.
Motion to approve with the conditions that 10 foot of right-of-way be provided along the frontage of Dallas-Ackworth Highway, and per what County Engineer Bruce Coyle stated, that if the land use changes, we have the right to revisit the subject.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and by Mr. Jones and a second from Mr. Coyle with 2 stipulations. The first is that 10 foot of right-of-way will be dedicated, and the second that is any land use change, we would revisit the
Decision.
decision. Any questions? If not, I will take a vote. All in favor of the motion to approve with 2 stipulations signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? There are none. The motion carries unanimously by a vote of 3-0. That is our last agenda item today. I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Coyle and a second from Mr. Jones to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.